going to look at systems of equations and how to use them in word problems. So we're going to look basically at two types of word problems, and we'll cover the first type, well, now. So let's read through it real quick. First one says, you run a coffee truck with only 2 drinks, lattes and espressos. Lattes take 2 minutes to make and cost $3. Espressos take 1 minute to make and cost $1. At the end of a very busy 75 minutes, you made a total of $95. How many lattes and espressos did you make? So first thing with word problems is to find out what you're looking for. It's usually pretty easy to find. It's the words after the word find or the thing in front of a question mark. So in front of a question mark, I have how many lattes and espressos. So how many is a number, so I'm looking for number of lattes and number of espressos. So these are the things I want to know, therefore they're my unknown, so they are my variables. They will be my only variables. So I'm going to call them L and E. Okay, so the next thing with word problems is try to see if we have a kind of thing that we already know from real life that we can turn into a mathematical equation. So if I read through this again real quick, kind of skimming it, I'm going to skim it to the fourth sentence. And it says, at the end of a very busy 75 minutes, you made a total of $95. Total is a word that we should know, so if you total something at the end of a day of shopping, you add things together to get your total. So we know a word in here that we can turn into a mathematical expression. We can total stuff to give me my $95. Since that's in money, we're probably going to total money and money. And if I look over here, I had a very busy 75 minutes. So that would be how long I worked. That would be the total amount of minutes I worked. So I can total minutes and minutes to give me my 75. Okay. That looks weird. I should just have a big plus in the middle. Let's redo that. Totaling things to give me my 95. And totaling things to give me my 75. This one would be minutes and minutes. This one would be dollars and dollars, since 95 is dollars. Okay, so let's go back through my equation and see if I can find some dollars. I know that I have $3. Each latte costs $3. So that means if I made 1 latte, it would be $3. If I made 2 lattes, it would be $6. If I made 3 lattes, it would be $9. I'm sure we can see the pattern. All I'm doing is multiplying the money times the amount of lattes I make. Well, we know the amount of lattes I make is L, so it's going to be 3 times L. Can do the same thing with espresso. Espresso cost me $1 to make, so it should be 1 times E. Okay, the minutes is going to be pretty much the same. Lattes take 2 minutes, so each latte is going to take me 2 minutes. So 1 would take me 2, 2 would take me 4, 3 would take me 6, so on. So 2 times L. Each espresso takes me 1 minute, so 1 times E. And now I have a system of equations with 2 variables and 2 equations. So I can solve it. I'm going to solve it by elimination. So I'm going to multiply my second one by -1. And rewrite it over here underneath my mess up. So 3L plus 1E, recopy my first equation, equals 95. Multiply the second one by -1, so minus 2L minus 1E equals -75. Add, so L, make sure it cancels out, it does. 95 minus 75 should give me 20. So I know I'm going to make 20 lattes. So to see how many espressos I can make and sub it into either one, I'll just sub it into the second one. 2 times 20 plus 1 times E equals 75. So 40 plus E equals 75. So E equals 35. Check. So 3L plus 1 equals 95. So 3 times 20 is 60. Plus 35 does equal 95. Okay, so that should be my answer to these, or to this word problem. Let's look at the next one. So the next one is Shay is starting a business making wooden wishing wells and lighthouses as yard decorations. Each lighthouse takes $50 in material and 1 day to make. Each wishing well costs $125 in materials and 2 days to make. She wants to work 20 days to build up stock and has $1,125 to invest. How many lighthouses and wishing wells should she make? So first off, what am I looking for? Again, look for the thing in front of the question mark. So I'm looking for how many, which is a number. So how many lighthouses and how many wishing wells. So again, those are what I'm looking for. Those are what I want to know. So those are my unknowns. Those are going to be my variables. And I again have some totals. Didn't say total anywhere, but I know that she wants to work 20 days. So that is going to be total. I'm going to go ahead and add days plus days to equal 20. See if we can go ahead and just get that equation right now. Each lighthouse takes 1 day. So 1 day per lighthouse. So 1 times L. Each wishing well takes 2 days. So 2 days per wishing well. So 2 times W. Okay, do I have another total? Yeah, she has $1,125 to invest. So that's money. I'm going to add money plus money to give me money. So each lighthouse takes $50. So 50 times the number I make. And each wishing well is $125. So 125 times the number of wells I make. Be the amount of money I spent on wells. Okay, so these are my two equations. Again, I can solve it by elimination or could do substitution if you really want to. I'm going to do elimination. I'm going to eliminate my L's because to me that seems the easiest. So I'm going to multiply the top equation by a minus 50. So let's see, minus 50L minus 100W equals minus 1,000. 50, just going to recopy the second one, L plus 125W equals 1125. Add them, make sure stuff cancels. It does, my L's cancel. Negative 100W plus 125 would be 25W. And negative 1,000 plus 1125 would just be 125. Divide by 25, I should get W to equal 5. So I can make 5 wishing wells. Sub it back into either of them to find my other equation. My top one looks a lot easier to sub it into. So L plus 2 times 5 plus 20. So L plus 10 equal 20. L plus 10 equals 20. L equals 10. Check it by subbing it into the other equation. So let's see. 50 times 10 plus 125 times 5. Does that equal 1,125? 50 times 10 should give me 500. 125 should be what? 625. 125 times 5, which would add to give me the 1,125. So that should be the right answer.